So there's this term called vibe coding really flooding out in the internet right now, and recent studies shows that over 40% of code is now generated by AI.
That is the level of your impact. That 31 million is not even mentioned above my skip level. $31 million is not even an amount to mention in a monthly letter at Amazon. That system, if I try to vibe code, will not work. And like AI is gonna take over the world, AI will make us lose our jobs, AI this and that and this. I'm not denying any of that, to be honest. People will lose jobs. That is the reality of life.
So today we have on our show the founder and CEO of API.Market, making a go-to hub for developers to discover some hidden gems of API, and the former member of Forbes Technology Council, Shashank Agarwal, with us on the AIBROS show. So how's it going at your end, Shashank?
Hi, Mohammed Kef, and really happy to be here and talk to you about AI. That's my favorite topic. So yeah,
Yeah.
excited about this.
Great, great. So let's start this conversation, I believe. So let's take a step back. So what we usually do is we start from the scratch. We try to understand the roots of the guest, and that gives us as well as our viewers an overview of where our guest is coming from and what heights they have reached right now. So can you please share a bit about where are you from and walk us through your journey from being a software developer to being an entrepreneur in the AI space right now?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm not sure how back do you want me to go here. It's long story, man. Been in this industry for a very long time now. Like I was born in India. I was born in Aligarh, in Uttar
Okay.
Pradesh, and I started as a kind of ethical hacker and a blogger in 2006. That's the first earning I ever had in my life, and was doing
Okay.
that throughout my school. Then throughout my college, I was a freelancer. And I used to work for various kind of projects and companies. I used to fix websites on this platform called Fiverr.com for
Oh.
$5. So anybody's website is hacked on WordPress, I would do those jobs. Then I went to USA for studies, and that's where I got into AI. I think this was almost like 11 or 12 years ago. There was a course
Hmm.
in my master's for distributed systems and machine learning, and that got me really curious about AI. And that's when I founded
Hmm.
my first startup as well, called as Hop Data. Then
Okay.
after that, I had my second job. My first job was Expedia. Second was at Amazon, where I worked on AWS SageMaker. That's when I really worked on large scale AI platforms. So SageMaker was top secret when I joined, and I was part of the initial launch team. And yeah, since then I've been in various companies and countries and all the stuff. But luckily, I have maintained that I work in only AI products and AI companies since then. So it's been at least
Hmm.
11, 12 years in AI specific products or companies that I have been in so far.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So, so let's talk about API market. So, should we call it API market or should we call it API dot market because the name contains the dot? So,
Yes, we
let's
call it
clarify this.
API.Market. Yeah, we always call it
Okay, cool.
API.Market.
Cool, cool. So let's talk about API.Market. So as far as I have read, it's a fast growing platform in the AI ecosystem, and I believe it's doing really good in the market right now. So give us an overview about what is it, and most importantly, how is it shaping the future of AI and SaaS integration?
Yes, absolutely. So 2 years ago, I got to know about AI agents, that there are going to be a lot of AI agents in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
way any AI agents get anything done is by calling APIs. That is the
Right.
only way, and that is going to be the only way in the future as well. If you make a travel agent and it needs to book something, it will call flight APIs to get the latest flights. It's going to do hotel search to get the hotels and then do something in the end. The
Right.
problem I saw was that there was no platform which gives you like pre-vetted production ready APIs that these
Mm-hmm.
AI agents can use in the future. So that was kind of my idea on building
Mm-hmm.
this out, that there's a much bigger, the traffic for API is going to be 100x than what it is right now, because right now humans invoke the APIs in some way. Like you go on an app, then bunch of APIs things happen. But in the future,
Mm-hmm.
agents are gonna do that autonomously all the time. But that was the
Mm-hmm.
kind of the idea for API.Market, where we put every kind of API and AI model to on one
Mm-hmm.
platform and make it super easy for anybody to get started and start using the platform from there. The platform was launched on in April last year in 2024, and it's been over a year now. And we just crossed 5,000 global users right now. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's been interesting journey. For a pretty long time, I was building it alone. I was doing everything alone, like from the tech side to the sales, business, marketing, design, everything. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that we have a pretty good team now. Our team just grew to 8 people now in this month.
Great.
So happy about that. So yeah, happy to share any more other questions you have about API.Market as well.
Sure, sure. Firstly, when you narrated about AI agents and their correlation with API, and how did you shift your focus from AI agents to having the picturization of APIs, the usage of APIs? That's actually very amazing because people these days are more focused towards AI agents and they are not looking at the backer side of what's going behind AI agents and how AI agents actually operate. So you looked at that and you worked on a real problem statement. That's really good. So as you told that API.Market came into existence with the necessity of having APIs, or the growing necessity of APIs with the coexistence of AI agents. So we are clear on that picture, but how did you validate your idea of having API.Market uh, in this era? Like, how did you feel the need and how did you validate it with your customers?
Yes, good question. So um, like, I've done stuff in my life. Like I'm a repeat founder. So the one thing you learn is that you always do sales first before you build anything at all. So API
Mm-hmm.
market itself has gone through multiple iterations, multiple pivots, and how it became like this. So my second startup was called as PipFeed. So PipFeed is an API for scraping articles. Like you
Okay.
give it any URL of any news article, it gives you the whole title, the whole HTML and the body and the summary, categories, everything. And I put that on a platform called as Rapid API. This
Mm-hmm.
was like around 3 or 4 years ago. Then I forgot about it. Then I was just like, I went to London, was doing my job at Prime Video AI and other kind of things. Then I started seeing that I'm getting money every month in my account without doing anything. Like
Okay.
it was $100 at first, then it became 200, then sometimes it became 500, and in certain months it even crossed $1,000 per month as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was doing nothing to like with the API is there, it's working, people are using it, and it just does pretty well there. So then I realized, okay, why don't I do something about it?
Mm-hmm.
So I realized, okay, I'm selling it on Rapid API, but they're not helping me in any way in selling my API. Their customer
Mm-hmm.
support was really bad, and there was no way for me to reach out or talk to them. They never replied to me. So I'm like, okay, I want to sell this myself. So I was thinking, okay, I will make a platform where I will basically just sell my own API. Like piffy.com was a website, and I will sell this one API there. When I started
Mm-hmm.
building it, I realized it's a lot of work to build a whole marketplace, or to build a platform to sell APIs, because you need to do a lot of things. You need to have a nice UI, you need to manage the API keys, then the analytics in real time, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to give users a way to upgrade, downgrade, subscribe, all those kind of things. So I thought, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to build this. Why don't I reach out to other sellers? And if I get sellers who are also interested in licensing this platform from me and selling their APIs, I will do that for them. So
Mm-hmm.
in July of 2023, I reached out, and 50 people signed up on, like,
Mm-hmm.
they filled, I made the forms a bit painful. Like they were like 2, 3 pages of form. And I thought, okay, fine. People will fill this form. It means that there is a need. Only then I will start building it out.
Okay.
I was not interested in getting back to the startup world so soon because I had a pretty good job and I had been in the startup world for a pretty long
Mm-hmm.
time. But
Mm-hmm.
then people filled those forms. And I was like, okay, now I have to build this out. So I built it out slowly over time. And last year in January, I launched it as Shopify for APIs, basically. Anybody can create their own API market kind of store and sell their own APIs themselves. I launched with
Hmm.
7 stores and I was charging them $50 per month per store. So I had
Okay.
revenue from day one when I launched, right?
Okay.
And those people also had users. They were API sellers across the globe. So they also were getting users. The problem was, and that went for 2, 3 months, but the revenue
Hmm.
was not growing because there were 8 different stores with different domain names and everything. And it was limited. Like a user comes on one store, he might buy that API or not buy that API, right? He has no access to other APIs. Now I was like, okay, I cannot, I can do marketing for maybe like 1 or 2 stores or sales, but I cannot grow everything. And there are 8 stores
Hmm.
right now. There might be hundred or thousands of stores in the future. So
Hmm.
again, talk to everybody. I talked to all the customers, all the sellers, and everybody, and they said, "Okay, fine. You combine everything into one big platform." And somehow I found the domain name API.Market at that time. So I got it,
Yeah.
launched API Market in April, and we had revenue from day one, the way we launched.
Amazing.
That is the story.
Yeah. So usually people struggle a lot to get their first sale, right? And you had it from day one itself. So that's really amazing. So this clearly reflects that there was a market gap that you clearly clicked and you catered it out, and people are loving it, I suppose, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. You need to find those people, who are willing to fill those, like the pain has to be big enough. Because
Hmm.
see, I am not a huge company. When I started, I was just one developer basically. That's the entire company
Right.
was for the first,
Right.
say, 12 months or the first 10 months. I was the whole company. I was everything. I was the
Hmm.
support, the developer guy, the QA, the designer, the sales, marketing, everything. So
Hmm.
the problem had to be good enough that they were okay to come to my really horrible looking platform at that time and
Right.
pay and use it and be okay with it, right? Otherwise,
Hmm.
it's very, very hard to compete otherwise.
Correct. Correct. So right now, as I can see, API.Market is serving over 5,000 customers, as you told in the start itself, right? So what do you feel makes it stand out in the market, first thing? And why do you feel developers and businesses should consider adopting it for their own businesses?
Yeah. So I tell you, I was a seller on Rapid API as well for 3 years, and I've looked at a lot of
Okay.
other platforms as well. I'm a developer at heart. I'm a super like tech kind of person. I like to code and everything every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized that other developers, they need certain things. First of all, they hate doing sales calls. They don't want to do sales calls in any way at all. Then
Okay.
if you understand how are people buying APIs, is that okay, they have a requirement. They go on the internet, they search 3, 4, 5 platforms for a requirement like an API for something. They want to sign up and try it out immediately. And they want to know the
Mm-hmm.
pricing immediately as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the second part is that I have been an Amazonian in 3 countries. So if you look at
Okay.
API market, the UI looks like a e-commerce store.
Mm-hmm.
This is something I realize. Okay, everybody knows how to shop on Amazon in the world. They are
Uh-huh.
trained really well. That you have the title in the front and you have the whole product documentation, and the right side you have uh, the buttons, basically the pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we did. That's what I did as well. Right? I made the
Right.
pricing super simple and transparent. I didn't hide anything at all. There is no, you don't need to log in to see the whole page and pricing and the code and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
everything is always pre-configured on API Market. In the sense, if you want to try out an API, it will take you less than 10 seconds. You put your email, there is no password on API Market, first of all. Everything
Oh,
has been done to extreme convenience in the end. You go on API
amazing.
Market, you just put your email, you get an OTP, you put that and you're done. Then you can just click on run and the
Mm-hmm.
code will be in front of you. That code you can copy paste and integrate into your application.
Oh,
And we made sure everything, the API documentation is very nice. And basically, we built for developers in the end.
okay.
And the outcome of that was that, okay, the other big thing that we do differently is we talk to a lot of users. I must have done, I think it's July 1 right now, right? Today, over the last 12 months, I must have talked to over 900 people. Like,
Oh.
talk to them on the platform. Even today, if somebody goes on API.Market and the right side, there's a chat icon. You send a message, it comes to me and I will reply to it.
Oh.
Always. Even today. I take care of all of that. And a lot of it is automated right now. So there'll be a bot. He will try to help you first. And
Mm-hmm.
then I will monitor if the bot is replying good or not. And I will come in between if I have to
Okay.
help that. That was the main
Mm-hmm.
reason, basically, that people should come, that we help them in whatever way we can. Like
Mm-hmm.
Amazon worked because of superior, amazing customer service. The same way, like API.Market, we refund, and then if there's a problem or something, we refund them. We don't bother people. We
Mm-hmm.
don't trouble them too much. We refund them and we try to solve their problem. We don't try to do any tricks. All the marketing tricks and this and that. We don't do
Mm-hmm.
that. We keep it very, very simple. This is the API. This
Mm-hmm.
is the pricing. And if it fails, you don't have to pay.
Hmm. So if you're good to move, you can use it. You can pay and use it. If you don't like the services, you can just you will get a refund and you can do whatever you want to do. Okay. And so it's
Yes.
completely transparent.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely
Uh-huh.
transparent.
Uh-huh.
And we are always there available in the support, basically. So if
Hmm.
anybody has an issue they're not able to figure out or something, they send a message and I talk to them.
Wow, very amazing actually. So
As
you are
simple.
all, yeah, so you're always there whenever someone raises a ticket or raises an issue. So you're always monitoring that and you are keeping a close eye over what's going on and why is customer worried, and if they are genuinely worried, so you pay them back for their issue faced, right?
Yeah, as
Yeah.
simple as that, to be honest. That is a simple
Okay.
theory or progress of how we did what we did at API.Market.
Very nice.
Just
So
talk a lot to your users. That's it.
interesting. So, like I had this question in my mind. So there is another platform called Apify. You must have heard about it.
Yeah.
So can you give me a comparison of API.Market versus Apify? How these two platforms are different, and uh, how do you come as a differentiator over Apify?
To be honest, I have not looked a lot into Apify
Mm-hmm.
right now, but I'll tell you how API.Market stands out as compared to like platforms such as Rapid API or other platforms that are selling APIs as well.
Sure, sure.
So our focus is a lot more on AI now, right?
Okay.
AI image models, video models. We also have APIs built for AI agents, like Maps API
Right,
for AI agents and all those kind of things.
right.
That is the one part. Again, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not super sure about the Apify platform, but I saw that they do really good scraping kind of APIs. What
Correct.
I've seen on their platform, we are more towards um, how do I say, production ready, enterprise ready APIs. We are not
Mm.
catering a lot to indie hackers or startups per se. They can come and use us, but all of our APIs are meant for volume, like for enterprises or for production use case. They will not go down. There's always support available on the other side. So those are the
Mm-hmm.
requirements that we see from enterprises and bigger companies. And there's also data privacy. We delete every request, everything in 30 minutes on our platform. We don't save any data. Then we have vetted every person that who is selling on our platform. They're also like bigger
Mm-hmm.
companies from across the globe.
Mm-hmm.
So our target audience is toward a bit like SMBs or enterprises or a bit higher ups.
Hmm. So are the pricings also according to higher SMBs, or can startups and indie hackers afford API.Market?
Oh, startups and indie hackers can also afford. There are smaller plans. Actually, every API will have a free plan as well to try out the APIs.
Okay.
We give like
Mm-hmm.
50 to 100 API calls almost in every API will have that. Then there will be
Mm-hmm.
progressively plans like $4 per month plan and a $9 per month plan and things like that progressively. So we have a lot of indie hackers as well and startups
Mm-hmm.
as well. But we give them product like enterprise ready APIs for that,
Mm-hmm.
right? We don't change our APIs. You can trust that our APIs will always work. We monitor our uptime. All those things make us a bit different than other people. We report all these metrics. When we go down,
Mm-hmm.
we send an email.
Okay. So API.Market has all the APIs which are production grade, and you can directly use it at your production level applications, and you can blindly trust on API.Market when it comes to production level and scalable API systems, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Correct. Nice. So, coming back to your statement where you said that you were an Amazonian for a couple of years, I believe. So, as far as I was looking at your LinkedIn, you made a career pivot from being a senior software engineer at Amazon from at 2024 to pursue entrepreneurship, right?
Hmm.
So, and you have also worked with many big leading companies like Expedia. Okay.
Hmm.
So, what motivated you to, as you said, you had a very great life and well settled life going on when you were at your job. So, what
Hmm.
made you to make this bold transition and entrepreneurial drive to happen?
Yeah, interesting question. I I thought a lot about that, to be honest, right?
Hmm. Okay.
Amazon gave me was giving me a lot of money. It's a very good job, to be honest, right? It's good work, good kind of stuff you're doing every day. But
Hmm.
see, Amazon, you think of it, visualize it, that it's a gigantic machine, right? Amazon is super big. And if you imagine the whole Amazon ecosystem and everything, think of it as a
Hmm.
super big, gigantic machine. And even though my work was very impactful, like one of the projects I did at Amazon made a lot of money for Amazon
Oh,
in London. We made them around $32 million in 1 year
damn.
with one four people or five people in that team and one AI project. Basically, that was our goal, to make more money for Amazon using AI in Prime
Hmm.
Video. And did all of that. Okay, big money in some certain ways. But when you look at the giant Amazon, right? It's like there's a small screw somewhere and you are tightening that. That's it. That is the level of your impact. That 31 million is not even mentioned above my skip level. My team knew, the team above me knew, like my manager, my skip level manager knew, but it's never even mentioned anywhere else. $31 million is not even an amount to mention in a monthly letter at Amazon.
So
That's
32
how
million is nothing to Amazon.
nothing at all.
Damn.
That's the scale of those kind of companies, right? Like how much? I think AWS was back then doing like 14 billion, and I think they're doing probably a lot more right now. You imagine,
Hmm.
right? Like even in
Yeah.
a billion, what is 30 million, right? It's nowhere near. In 1,000 million, what is 30 million?
30
Zero
million,
point
nothing.
0.3.
Yeah.
Zero
Hmm.
point 0.3, not even 1%, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, and then you look at it, and it's not even out of Amazon that I'm talking about. Entire Amazon is $1 trillion, right? The valuation and everything. And same with Google, Microsoft, and everything.
Hmm.
So you make them 100 million in a year, then okay, they'll start, okay, fine, you did something. Even they shut down projects. If they are making 200 million something per year, they shut down those projects. Like this is too much effort and not enough money.
22 million is not enough for them.
Depending on the number of people. So the project that we did was very good because it was only 4 or 5 people who did that
Hmm.
much increase in revenue, basically. So that is good. But a lot of big projects that were doing a lot of money at these big companies are shut down. It's not
Hmm.
enough. It's not enough revenue for them per se. Yeah, the
Okay.
scale is crazy. So even there, okay, the question I will answer now, that I thought, okay, this is a super gigantic machine, and I did something really amazing and well. I helped in a project where we made them like 30 million in a year, like which was not there. If you turn off that project, 30 million will not be made next year. That 30 million is because of that one project, one AI model that we made there. Then I
Okay.
thought,
Hmm.
there's what is the point? This is a super gigantic machine. I'm tightening a screw in the corner and I'm totally replaceable here. Right.
Hmm.
Next day, when I left that job and everything, they found somebody else. Right.
Oh.
Yeah, obviously, it's so gigantic and everything, right? Everybody is replaceable at these gigantic, and they have to be, right? Otherwise, these companies won't work.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was like good and everything, but it was not very meaningful or very purposeful in some ways.
Okay.
And I wanted to do something of my own. I wanted to have control over what I do, decide what I want to do and where I want to do. And I like building stuff that other people use. That is what I have
Mm-hmm.
been doing all of my life. So those things
Mm-hmm.
combined and everything, I started um, API market. And then my reasoning was that API market was growing as a side project and was making money. When it reached a certain threshold, I realized, okay, I can now quit my job and move to India. So I quit my
Mm-hmm.
job in London and I moved to India on June 14th last year.
Oh. So now you're
That
in
was
India.
the whole. Yeah, I'm in Bangalore right now. Yeah.
Oh, oh, great. Okay, so the story behind the transition to entrepreneurship, right? That was pretty crazy. Like you made 32 million to Amazon, and that was nothing for them. And still, I'm not considering it from the Amazon side, but as a developer, this is a huge respect to you, at least, and to your team, that you built something out of AI that made them 32 million dollars a year, and that is huge, actually, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, though I will not take the whole credit for it, that
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, definitely
I
the
was
team has.
part of the team who
Hmm.
did it with
Yeah.
me in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So I saw on your LinkedIn profile that you were also a part of Forbes Technology Council. So can you please explain us what that council does, how it operates,
Hmm.
and most
Sure.
importantly, what being a part of it has meant for your journey as a tech leader or an entrepreneur right now?
Yeah. So Forbes maintains a technology council. So it is an invite only kind of thing. So this
Okay.
happened when I was a CTO at one of the company which is YC backed. They reached out,
Okay.
hey, we would love you to be part of it, this thing. And there's a fee as well that you have to pay to join that thing that they ask you. Uh, when you join that, what you get is they have a huge network of all kinds of CTOs and tech leaders across the globe. So they have an
Mm-hmm.
internal website. You can say like Facebook, but it's for members only kind of thing. So you can go there, you can talk to everybody there. They have monthly meetings. And then I even got to write for Forbes. So I have some articles that are actually on Forbes as well right now. So
Mm-hmm.
that was interesting. Like that was good to see how people operate at different levels. I got to meet crazy big CTOs, like in the sense that they were handling gigantic systems, people who were self-made, people who worked at larger companies. And you understand, okay, the level and the way you have to work as a CTO is not the same. It's going to be very dependent on the scale of your company. The way you work as a CTO at a startup is entirely different from what you work once you say cross 10 million ARR. Then you have to become a different CTO. Then once you
Mm-hmm.
cross even bigger than that, you become a totally different CTO. Even your role changes,
Hmm.
right? So I'll give you one example, right? I'm trying to write things about it, like a book kind of about it, the transitioning of a senior leader in a company. Because at a smaller company, the startup, CTO does everything. He's doing the planning,
Right.
he's managing the tech developers, and he's also writing code at times. When you
Mm-hmm.
become a 1 million ARR company, right? Around that time, there are two roles that become one CTO. From a CTO, you either become a VP of engineering or you become a CTO.
Okay.
The difference is the VP of engineering's job is to manage the people, assign them, do sprint plannings with them, do career things in them. And the job of the CTO becomes tech things, making sure that the systems is good, developing new things. And if you go at much bigger, for example, at Amazon, the CTO is Mr. Werner Vogels. Many
Mm-hmm.
people don't even know who he is, to be honest. And he has been the CTO forever. I've met him twice in my life so far. And awesome guy. He writes amazing articles and everything. He's the CTO of Amazon,
Okay.
right? Entire global Amazon. So in that, what happens there, his job becomes more of a thought leadership, like which direction Amazon should go into, how should we write code, right? This
Mm-hmm.
is the extreme level other side of thing where he's thinking, okay, how does the technology at Amazon works like bigger initiatives, and it's more of a research kind of role than everyday day to day. While the VP
Mm-hmm.
of engineering at Amazon, their job is to get projects done. They will do the planning, they will do the scrum and the sprints and everything in there. Manage every engineer, then have teams under teams under teams, all of those kind of things. So again, it depends on the person what you become, which direction you want to go to. You can become a CTO
Mm-hmm.
route, or you go to the VP of
Mm-hmm.
engineering route.
Okay. So that's Forbes Technology Council in a nutshell, and everything about Amazon that you told, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, as you beautifully explained the culture of Amazon and your work at Amazon and how you contributed to it, as well as you are into API.Market and specifically AI right now, and your product is doing great in the market. So, with your experience and your current work, tell me, how do you envision AI evolving over the next 5 to 10 years? And let's say, what trends do you believe are on the horizon when we are progressing with AI?
Yeah. I think I mentioned it somewhere that it is still day one of AI,
Yeah.
right? And I'll tell you what it means. So I am borrowing too much from Amazon, and in this interview, I don't speak so much about Amazon, to be honest. So yeah, what I mean by that, so there's a famous saying that it's day one of the internet, which is that the true capabilities of internet are ahead of us.
Yeah.
Similarly, in AI, I believe we are still earlier than day one right now. We have not even touched what AI is going to do in the future at all,
Oh.
right? We are so early in AI right now that it's going to blow people's mind what's going to happen in 5 to 10 years. I'll explain to you why
Mhm.
I think that. Okay. When you think about something from first principles thing, I'll explain to you that part. Okay. The first part is the GPUs are right now, like NVIDIA CEO, Jensen Huang, he revealed that the cost of GPU is reducing by half every year, 50%, which is crazy to even think about. So if you multiply that by 5 years, that's a crazy exponential number. So
Correct.
what cost a million, say a billion right now at the moment, will cost exponentially less in 5 years and 10 years time, right?
Mhm.
Which means if something is costing GPT-4 training costed 500 million or something, is going to cost 100x or more less in the future.
Right.
Simple maths, right? That's the first principle.
Right. Right.
People are not going to spend less in the future, first of all. It doesn't mean people are going to spend the same or more to train. People are going to still do this half a billion AI models. Now imagine 100x, 1000x more GPT-4 or more capable models in the future. Okay. Second, AI has been improving almost 10x every year, but this year, due to two, three things which happened. The first thing
Mhm.
was algorithmic improvements.
Mhm.
Because of that, AI improved by 100x in last 12 months, which is unheard of. This you can see in the cost of everything, of every AI model, like GPT-4 and GPT-O1 or 4.0 have a huge price difference in them. Something which
Yeah.
costed zero point 0.6 per million, now it is 0.06 per million token. And you can track that across the board,
Right.
right? That is the second part. Now, when you combine these things, right, that, okay, GPUs are gonna be half priced every year. Models are getting smarter and smarter every year. And because of algorithmic improvement, there's a lot of scope for improvement as well. When you combine these things,
Yeah. Is there a voice at my background? Yeah, I'll
yes.
just mute it. Not a problem.
Okay.
You can continue.
So, yeah, so what I was saying that if you look at the three, Like these are like fundamental basic principles, right? And you do the simple maths, multiply them, you see like the AI in 5 years or 10 years is unimaginable. We're nowhere near that. That is in just LLM's part, right? Then there's a whole gigantic industry of image and video, which we have just started touching now. I
Hmm.
think in February or March, I did a like I have like five crazy predictions about AI. One of the predictions was that by 2030 we'll have a full featured movie made using AI that will cross $100 million.
Hmm.
People thought, okay, that is crazy. We're gonna have that is already gonna happen much sooner, I believe, now because of
Yeah.
VO3, and
Yeah.
VO3 is just the first model that is doing it. It's gonna be even
Yeah.
more crazier in the future. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty expensive right now, right? VO3 is $6 for every 5 seconds.
Hmm.
We have already have new models from this Halo, HAILO, a Chinese company, another this company Byte Plus. We're also selling their models on API market. They also have a Seed
Yeah.
Dream model which came out. It's like
Hmm.
$0.2 per 5 second now. And maybe the
Hmm.
new models are even very, very affordable as well. When you look at these things, you see, my God, that we are nowhere. We are not even it's just still day one for AI. Like people say, like we have done nothing at all.
Hmm.
We are nowhere near what it's gonna be in a few years' time.
Yeah.
Exponential growth is very hard to grasp for human minds. We don't get it.
Hmm.
It's just very hard to understand. These are the reasons I believe, basically. And then
Hmm.
in coding as well, right? You can see already uh, early signs of things which are happening, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
these are the reasons basically, I believe. It's still day one
Hmm.
and the future is ahead of us.
So, according to you, we have just scratched the surface of AI, and there is still a lot to go into AI space, and we are definitely going to explore more, dig deep into the capabilities of AI ahead as we progress into algorithms and as we progress with the neural networks ahead. And as you explained, that GPUs are the price of GPUs are going down, and models will get smarter. I believe we'll reach a point where uh, the smartness of AI will be massive, and we'll be able to use AI for many use cases that we use for it right now, right?
Yep. AI
Yeah.
right now is trapped in our mobiles and our phones.
Hmm.
There is no physical impact of AI right now in any way at all, right? You use a AI through an app, or it can do something electronically or digitally, or those kind of things are there so far. AI
Okay.
is not going to get trapped always in the digital world. It's going to come become more and more towards our life. And that's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just the humans love technology and we love convenience. Whatever is more convenient, we adopt it, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So, for example, we have a lot of devices around us. They are not very smart. For example, my washing machine or my microwave or my
Right.
lights and all those things, right? They were supposed to have IoT, like they were supposed to have internet and Wi-Fi and all that they got now, but they don't understand a lot of things. I can't tell them to do things. I can't tell my washing machine, hey, look at my clothes, figure out how much you have to wash them to clean them. That is,
Hmm.
I believe, is gonna change, and then we will have a lot more robots, like actual robots everywhere in the world. Again, this is like a when I talk about, people think I'm gone crazy and doing saying these things, but there are going to be a lot of like you buy appliances, right? That's how you'll buy robots, just this way, and different robots for different kind of things,
Hmm.
and they will be costing as much as like a car, like 5 lakh or 10 lakh rupees kind of thing. You buy in your house, and they will do stuff for you. And slowly they will also keep improving. And the robots will have actual LLMs and AI and bunch of other models embedded into it, and they'll work like a hybrid thing. They'll have their own
Hmm.
onboard GPUs and stuff. They'll also have a super, like a bigger AI in the cloud that they can talk to.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, we
Very
are going into
interesting.
the realm where I think a lot about these things, and I like to predict future, and I that's a job of a entrepreneur, right?
Yeah, yeah. We need to be very careful what we think about, and we need to, bet on the exact things that is going on with the market trend, right? Interesting. So, since we are in this discussion of the future of AI and having robots easily accessible as a car right now, so I would like to know your vision of AGI. So people talk a lot about AGI, and as you
Hmm.
told that as GPU prices might decrease and AI models might get smarter, I believe we might reach a point where we will have the concept of AGI some or the other day, right? So
Yeah.
I want to know your perception of AGI. What according to you can be the concept of AGI?
See, the big problem with AGI, right? It is very subjective, first of all. Nobody has a
Hmm.
clear definition on what is actually AGI means. It's something that you somehow feel in the end, right?
Yeah.
And there are always methods and ways to disprove something is AGI or not, even when it will become an AGI or not as well.
Hmm.
To be honest, I don't think too much about it in that way. Like, okay, we need something because the what I have observed, reality is always stranger than fiction in my life forever. I will give you an example. Okay. So people thought that we are gonna have AI influencers,
Hmm.
right? There will be a person who can use an AI avatar and they will become the influencer.
Hmm.
That is already happening. Do you know, right? You know,
Yeah,
right? There's
yeah.
so
We
much
yeah.
insane. There is so much insane amount of AI generated content and influence. I don't know if you have seen, like in India is super famous. There is a monkey, which who is a blogger. Have you seen that or
Yeah.
not?
These days it's going viral, right? Yeah.
Yes, it's not owned by a single person.
Yeah.
There's anybody can use that persona and make content on it. So I know at least like hundreds of pages who are making that monkey vlogger traveling around India. Even in Marathi, there is person who using that. And other
Yeah.
people are also using the same persona of that monkey.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
he's a vlogger and he's going around in India and describing things. Who would have thought that that is how AI influencer is going to be? And nobody will own it and everybody will own it.
Hmm.
Right. Now, coming back to the topic of AGI, right? AGI, what I have come to understood is something that like autonomous general intelligence, and in that it would feel as if the AI has its own brain, it's able to think and reason and everything.
Hmm.
That is the high level definition of certain things, right? The problem there I see is that I'm not sure that's a very good definition. Like it's something you'll have to feel. For example,
Okay.
if I make an AI model that is super really good at understanding complex software and writing really good software, thinking like a senior engineer and able to do the code as well.
Hmm.
Now, is that AGI or not?
Mm, that can be relative. Like, I believe that is relative.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
Now, if that model is able to mimic AGI behaviors
Hmm.
without actually being AGI, what is what LLMs do are doing right now?
Hmm.
Right. So, to be honest, I don't have a very good answer for this thing, AGI or not AGI, in certain ways. But
Hmm.
what I know for sure is that models are, AI is going to get super intelligent every year, every month, day by day. And
Hmm.
they might be trained to have personalities. They might be trained to have their own thinking process in a very different way than what it is right now. They might be
Hmm.
able to reason about things. They might be able to do a lot of other things as well, which would make them feel as if they are a real person and a real entity.
Hmm.
And You may feel okay, they have consciousness now. They can feel love, they can have those things. But for me, I don't know this relevant or not relevant. For me, it's like not very relevant in my what I think about AI. So I don't have a very good answer for that.
Okay. Okay, not a problem. But that was really a good description of AGI and the concepts around AGI, right? So I think that would work. So uh so let's say someone who is into building AI agents is watching this podcast. So I
Hmm.
usually build AI agents for my clients or for anyone who comes to me. Okay, hey, this is my problem statement. So what do you believe are the key checkpoints or principles that you would recommend to ensure that their solutions are efficient, scalable, and
Hmm.
user aligned, especially?
Okay. Sure. So right now, I'll tell you. Everybody is building AI agents. Everybody says they're building AI agents, but not
Okay.
everybody is building AI agents, to be honest. That's what I've come to learn now, right? Calling a LLM, giving it a prompt and getting back things can also be an AI agent or cannot also be an AI agent. Again, there is no definition of AI agents right now. For me, AI agents are those things where they have multiple steps and they're taking decisions to get something done. Right, that is the other part. Now, coming to
Hmm.
the scalability and other kind of things that you have mentioned, it depends on what is the problem you are trying to solve because not every solution requires scalability. Like I'll tell you, we have a AI agent at API Market. I'll share, it's a secret, but I'll share that. So, what we do is that we have a lot of APIs across the whole platform of different use cases and everything. That AI agent
Hmm.
picks a random API from our platform and then goes on Reddit and finds the most relevant subreddits where we can comment about this specific API. Then it goes and understands the whole context of the Reddit post, understands everything about it. Then it understands if the API is applicable in that Reddit post or not. We don't want to spam
Hmm.
anybody. And it creates a comment as well and sends me an email with 5 such subreddits every day.
Wow.
That is already there. It's we use an insane amount of AI agents to get stuff done at API Market. Now that agent doesn't need to be scalable.
Hmm.
I just need to do one email per day is enough. Give me 5 posts and that is okay. I send that to my marketing person. They go and post this out. Right? Doesn't need to be scalable. Just needs to work. That's it. So now the AI agent is a very broad term. So it depends on what you are trying to solve for.
Hmm.
Does it
Hmm.
need to be scalable? Does it need, and how effective does it need to be?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It also depends on the application and the use case that you are trying to achieve, right? For example, if you're an enterprise and you are creating a chatbot that can help you customers answer questions about billing or payment, other things, there it needs
Hmm.
to be super accurate.
Hmm.
And the scalability is pretty high there as well, depending on the customers that this is going to be exposed to. There you need to worry about a lot of scalability and other kind of things.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right. So again, I don't have
Hmm.
a specific, it depends on the use case to use case. So what my recommendation would be anybody who's building AI agent, look at how this agent is going to be used in the end. What is the end goal, end outcome? Is it going to be used once a day or once a week or a million times a day? And then you work backwards from it. And then
Hmm.
you start building the agent in that way for it effectiveness and accuracy and other kind of things.
Hmm. And does the exposure to the AI agent also impact the scalability and also decides whether an AI agent is scalable or not? So let's say if it is exposed to a lot more people, so it needs to be scalable. If it's limited to certain number of users, so it's not that needed to be scalable, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're going to
Hmm.
build something that is going to run a million times a day, you need to make sure that it's not going to go crazy on the cost. It's
Yeah.
efficient, it works well. Like And
Hmm.
if it's just doing maybe just sending one email per day, yeah, it's fine. Take whatever LM calls, it's okay. Don't worry.
Hmm. Sounds good. Very interesting. So tell me about your experience as a founder. So as you told that were you got paying customers from the very first day when you launched your application, right?
Hmm.
But many of us are not that privileged to have that exposure on the very first day as we release our product or as we launch our products, right? So tell me, as a founder, what are the practical tips for landing that crucial first paying customer, especially when you are into launching an AI powered product out in the market?
Hmm. Okay, good question. So I will repeat again, which is a bit uncomfortable kind of thing to do. Try to
Mm-hmm.
close a sale before you have built even a single thing. Just use some of these tools like V0 or Lovable or whatever. Build a simple web page. That's it. Don't put a
Mm-hmm.
pricing. I'm telling you practical advice on how do you get your first customers. Okay.
Okay.
Never ever build the product first. Ever. You have no idea what people are gonna pay for. If you're a repeat founder and you have a lot of intuition and those things, go for it. Not an issue. And there are
Mm-hmm.
examples of it as well. Like there is this company called as Superhuman who built one of the mail agents. For 2 years, they didn't even release or do anything. Then they released that Superhuman email app, and there is insane amount of money. But those are exceptions, right? For everybody else, you built a simple web page. You go on LinkedIn. You go wherever you think your customers will come from when they will buy. It could be Reddit, it could be indie hackers, it could be dev.to, it could be Twitter, it could be HackerRank, it could be LinkedIn, it could be email, anywhere. And start reaching out to them. This is what I have built. And you just try to get on a call with them somehow and ask them,
Mm-hmm.
how much will you pay for this? This is what I have built. What do you want? Will you buy it? Will you not buy it? What's going to go in there? All those things. This is what you do to land your first customer, right? Even in that, I will tell you a few more secrets to build to get to a higher MRR. These are all the things learned from experience.
Okay. Huh.
So for first time founders, right? They somehow try to undersell themselves. They want to sell something for $5 or $10 per month or maybe $19 per month.
Mm-hmm.
That is a common trend I have seen in everybody so far. Like any indie hacker, first time founder makes a super crazy AI product and I want to sell it for $19 per month. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why people do that. Like, how will you sustain, man? How will you run your company if you want to do this way? Either you think of a crazy scale in which you don't need a lot of effort to do that thing, or you start just find one customer who will pay you 50,000 rupees per month and you do something for them.
Hmm.
Now, this is up to the user. This is up to the entrepreneur what they want to do, right? There are two ways
Mm-hmm.
of going about anything. When you are priced your product at $19 per month, right?
Mm-hmm.
To reach, say, 10,000 MRR,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need how many customers? 500, right? If you're doing the maths, 5 to the 10, right? 500
Yeah.
customers, right?
Yeah.
To reach
Yeah.
10,000 MRR, 500 paying customers active every month,
Mm-hmm.
right? Why don't you do something simpler? If your goal is just to just reach a certain amount of money, why don't you do like just talk to a lot of people, ask them what they want, and make something that you can sell for say like 500 or $1,000 per month, but
Mm-hmm.
sell to only 5 people or 10 people. That's it,
Mm-hmm.
right? In that way, you know exactly what to build. If you're building for 5 people and if you're building for 500 people, it's a massive difference.
Hmm. But don't you believe in the concept of under promise and over deliver? Like what I believe is usually entrepreneurs when they are starting at very first with their product, so they
Hmm.
try to under promise and they try to over deliver the customers, and that's why I believe they keep the prices relatively low. But
Yes,
don't you think this should be the key principle when we
yes.
launch it very first time?
Under promise and over deliver works at higher levels. When you are doing something for $20, what have you under promised? I want to ask that, right? See, I'll tell
Hmm.
you. It depends on the use. There are a lot of products which were launched, like Lovable is pretty amazing product, Bold.new is pretty amazing product, and they're all at price at $20 per month or something similar as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
ठीक है?
Hmm.
Those are there, but
Hmm.
there's a whole big story attached to it as well.
Hmm.
Right? They are world class products which have a lot of crazy amount of engineering, research, and everything that has gone into it. And they knew that they will hit scale,
Okay.
right? That is what
Yeah.
their thinking was. Now, when
Yeah.
we talk about over promise and under promise and over deliver, that is really good at higher pricing points. If somebody is paying you a $500 per month kind of thing, and you over deliver, then that's really good. If somebody is paying you $20 and you're giving them $500 worth of product or value, there is a huge mismatch in there, right? So
Hmm.
again, I think I have mixed up a few concepts. Let me simplify it and tell you in this way. Somebody just starting out and they want to make a new AI product. My recommendation would be to just talk to a lot of customers, ask them what they want to build. It is very easy to reach 5,000 or 10,000 MRR from there. If you just try to build and sell blindly on the internet, it is extremely hard to reach 5,000 MRR.
Hmm.
Like that is the 99% of failures that I see. People build something, put it on Product Hunt, put it on Reddit, and then they assume we'll have a lot of sales. That never happens.
Hmm.
Instead, send email to 100 people, convince maybe 4 or 5 people from there, find one customer, ask him to pay you some amount of money, $100 or $500 per month, which is not a huge amount of money. If you're working, it's like a freelancing kind of money, right? Or maybe one
Hmm.
person job. If you go to US and you convince somebody, they'll pay you $2,000 as well as a freelancer, right? So they'll pay you whatever you are doing for them, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
You
Hmm.
make
Right.
that whole thing, and now in the month zero, your MRR is 2,000. Your ARR is 24,000, right?
Right.
Quite possible when you see it this way,
Yeah.
right? Very, very achievable. Once you have those things right, then you start adding more people to it. That is a more
Hmm.
sustainable, easier way to reach 10,000 MRR or something like that. Instead of building something and selling for $20 per month, like an amazing AI product that you took 6 months to build or a year to build, and now you're competing there in the open market with everybody else,
Hmm.
right? That is super, super hard. And 99% of the people I see, they fail in because of this thing.
Hmm. Right.
That is what my advice would be. If there's somebody starting out, don't sell for $20, first of all. Not the best
Hmm.
way to start a new company. Do some
Hmm.
freelance kind of stuff, maybe, or maybe you make a product, maybe a service that you can productize and sell to 5 or 10 people. I tell you, the interesting thing I learned over the years, the most boring of the businesses make the most amount of money. The more boring a business is, the more money you'll make.
Right.
Easily you'll make. So, and you'll get as well. When you talk to people, right, they will tell you their problems and they'll tell you how much they will pay for it if you solve it.
Hmm. So talk to people, talk to your customers, have an interaction, and then you'll be able to find out how to standardize the prices and where can you earn your margins, and in that way you can, get to a price point which will benefit you as well as your customers at the end, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So coming to like coming to like as we were discussing about vibe coding a couple of moments back, right? So there's this term called vibe coding really flooding out in the internet right now, and recent studies shows that over 40% of code is now generated by AI. Even Google has adopted the methodology of having their code base is AI generated, right?
Yeah.
So how efficient AI generated code is according to you when it comes
Mhm.
to building an MVP, as well as when it comes to building a production level application?
Yeah, interesting question. So I'll say the first thing, I love writing with AI. I'm not even kidding. Like I have been writing code for almost 18 years now,
Hmm.
and the superpowers that I have gotten now because of what I can write with AI is just absolutely amazing, right? That's
Hmm.
the first point. I'll explain more on that. The second point is that at API.Market, everybody gets a card, like a credit card, where they can spend $50 on any AI tool they want. Everybody, every single employee gets that. They usually buy Cursor AI or a ChatGPT Pro or a Winds, whatever they want, it's up to them. But they need to
Hmm.
have AI agents working for them. That is mandatory.
Oh.
You need to have, if you don't have, I will get on a call and make you buy that. And you say you have to start learn and you have to learn how to use it. There is mandatory tutorials as well, how to use AI to write code. Being
Hmm.
said that, now that is one part. Now, if an employee is submitting a PR, they're not allowed to say this is written by AI. No, this is your PR. You are liable for the code, and I'm going to ask you questions about it as well. Why this code is there? You can't submit random code in PRs. You can use AI to write the code, but you are liable for the code. You need to review it yourself first, make sure it works, and then only you can send that code in the PR.
Hmm.
Right? You can't just wipe code. So we allow wipe coding to a certain extent, but you can't just wipe code where the code is you don't even yourself don't understand the code that you have written.
So
That is a
understanding is
dangerous
important at
part.
the end. Yeah.
Yes. And I think I wrote
Hmm.
a post as well on this. The biggest superpower that I see the people that who are using AI to write code are senior engineers who have done a lot of code reviews in their life. I'll explain to you why. So at companies like Amazon, Google, and everywhere, right? So I used to write code at Amazon, which was open source. Like I used to work in the PHP SDK. So the code reviews are brutal. Your code has to be extremely perfect. I think in my first PR that I sent in Amazon, there were over 100 comments. It was a big
Okay.
PR. That was brutal. I used to think I can write good code, and I thought, okay, fine, I have to improve on that. So what happened over time, I became really good at code reviews. So when AI now writes codes, I can review it really fast.
Hmm.
Like what changes it has made and what that changes is going to do and what it affects in my code. And then I can go
Hmm.
back and ask AI to change that and make it the way that I want it to be.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you're really good at code reviews, you will be really efficient at using AI to write code for you. Because that is what you do now. You give instructions to the AI agent and it writes code
Hmm.
and you review the code every
Right.
single time. That is the way to write production ready good code as well. But what we try to say not to do, I'll tell you what most people are doing right now. They make the AI write code and they only test the functionality like in a browser or something. हाँ भाई ये चल रहा है. In the end, it works. So it's good. That is not something that we recommend doing
Okay.
because AI writes an insane amount of gibberish as well, which is not even needed.
Right.
I have seen so much code which was there in people's PR, which is not even relevant, which with the AI just wrote for some reason. I have no idea why at times, right?
Okay.
So that is one part. Now, when we think about the future, right? There is more majority of the code. I think 80% or 90% of the code in the future is going to be written using AI agents. And slowly, that number will become 99.99 and even more.
Hmm.
It just scale, right? How much a human can write and how much an AI can write. In the same way, 99% of all the images and videos will be AI generated in the future. That's
Hmm.
scale, right? How much you can record from a camera and how much an AI can make is entirely different. We
Yeah.
have AI models on our platform where they are being used to generate 1 million videos every month. by one customer already.
Okay.
Right. So majority, not even majority, most of the code in the world is going to become AI generated in very near future, maybe like 5 years, I would say, or maybe 10 years at max. That is one part. Okay. Now
Hmm.
your question was, how do you see? I think it's pretty awesome, man. Why not we use AI for helping us out, writing all the boilerplate and all the complex stuff?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
last point I'll add. So I use AI a lot for a lot of things. I have a lot of AI agents running around, a lot of code written and everything. And I've tested Devin, I have tested a lot of things. AI is limited, like it will get the job done 90% right now.
Hmm.
There are a lot of problems and cases where you might just do a lot of prompts, it will not work. You have to go and code it. You have to figure out and code it. There is no other way in that. So because of that, you'll need to learn coding. You need to know what you are doing. Non-tech people can't vibe code the whole thing.
Right.
Not possible.
So at least you need to have those basics clear when you are moving towards vibe coding. Will the basics works, or you need to have the complete understanding of code writing and production level code?
Yeah. So it depends on the complexity
Hmm.
of the system that you are building.
Hmm.
It depends on that. So if the complexity is high, you need a senior engineer or somebody who understands what you are doing. You can't
Hmm.
vibe code into a complex, like I can never make API market just by vibe coding. I'll tell you honestly this way.
Hmm.
Right? We are handling 3 million API calls per month right now. That system, if I try to vibe code, will not work.
Not possible. Not possible with AI.
Not possible. The kind of optimizations, the kind of business logic, the kind of edge cases, and everything that we handle, and we keep adding new things to it, should not break the previous functionality. Not possible
Hmm.
using just vibe coding. You need a senior person who understands what you are doing. And even then, a senior person or a person who understands the whole thing needs to give exact instructions to the AI on what needs to
Hmm.
be done with file references. So that's how I use it. I know exactly what needs to be done. So I will tell it, hey, go in this file. This is what it is happening right now. This is what happened should the next thing. These are the files in references. So I tag all the files in there. And I add like some instructions as well. Do not comment or change or remove other code that is not relevant. All those instructions I give. Then it works decent. And I'm talking about Claude Cursor Max.
Oh.
That's what I use
Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm.
usually.
Very
So yeah.
interesting. Yeah. Hmm. So we still need to have those brains available in order to review the code that has been given by AI. So just to have a look before we blindly copy and paste it into our workspaces and leave it on God's sake and let it let it do what it is doing at the production or the MVP level. We need to understand the steps and we need to understand the logic behind it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, just this one last question, I believe. So since we are talking about having an awareness, so more or less we are talking about having an awareness amongst yourselves along with having an awareness with regards to AI, right? So there should be a symbiosis between both kind of awareness. Tell me, what are some of those AI tools that someone can use in these days or in this market to get ahead
Hmm.
of the game?
Yes, good, interesting question. So again, there are insane amount of tools out there at the moment for everything that you
Hmm.
want to do. So I'll give you
Hmm.
certain categorization and things that I've tried myself. So if
Hmm.
you are building AI agents and if you are a developer,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
you'll have to go with LangChain. They
Hmm.
are sort of my competitors in certain areas, but LangChain open source is pretty good. Can't help it.
Yeah.
That is the default way of building AI agents right now. If you're a developer, If you are
Hmm.
not a developer, then there are a lot of tools available for you.
Hmm.
Depending on if you're comfortable with some code or low code, you can use something called as N8N. That is pretty
Yeah.
good for making workflows.
Hmm. Hmm, hmm.
Then there are new companies which have entered. One of them is Taskade. Taskade is a good
Yeah.
one. Then Zapier is also allowing you to make some kind of AI agents. Then this thing, um, Crew AI also allows you to make good AI agents, no code tools. Now I'll tell you the tools that I use every day and then the tools that I love to use basically. So
Hmm.
I
Hmm, hmm.
use for designing websites or designing anything, the best so far is v0.dev.
Yeah.
Like it is so good as compared to everything else that I have ever used. Like V0, and they keep on getting better for some reason as well. For writing
Hmm.
React or Next.js code, V0 is the best one. For um, image generation and for video generation, it depends on what you are trying to achieve. If you are trying to create just an image, right? That simple image. You can use the Flux family of models. So anybody listening to this should write it down. They should help them in the future. And all these models, what I'm telling you now, that the image creation and video creation are available on API.Market or other
Okay.
places as well. So if you want to edit an image, Flux is pretty good. If you want to create a new image, Flux is good. And if you want to make videos, VO3 is the best one. It's the most expensive one. The number two best one that I have seen right now would be the new model by Byte Plus. ByteDance's second company in Singapore, Byte Plus. They have a new model called a Seed Dream. That is also pretty good.
Yeah.
Then, if you want to make an image with, acha, all these models can't do text. If you see all the VO3, the text is pretty weird. So there's a new model called as Ideogram, IDEOGRAM, which can make any images with text on top of it.
Oh.
So you can make it write anything text and any image in there as well. Again, this is what
Hmm.
I'm saying today on July 1st. On July 7th, everything will change. And on July 30th,
Yeah.
we'll talk about entirely different set of models as well.
This is going to be
That is,
irrelevant.
yes, pretty fast. That
Yeah.
is going to be. Um, Yeah, I guess. And then yeah, there are other tools that I used to use before. Yeah, I used Manus. Oh my God. That is one of my most favorite
Oh,
tools
yeah.
in the world, called as MANUS. Again, it's a Chinese company. Can't help it, but that tool is kind of unbelievable right now. What all
Right.
it can do and what all it does. So I got the highest plan of that tool as well, and
Hmm.
the 199 plan, whatever they had, and I just use the heck out of it for everything that is imaginable. And it is able to do it as well. Like it's
Hmm.
really that good. And then obviously ChatGPT o3 for any kind of text writing, content writing, all that.
Hmm.
I think that's it. Those are the tools I would recommend somebody try. There are a lot of other tools and a lot of other things obviously
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But these are the ones I would recommend.
These are the ones which give results, actually. Can we say that?
Yes. I would 100%. I pay for most of these that I've told. Like V0
Hmm.
is awesome, Manos, and all other ones that I recommended, I use them myself.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah. Thank you so much, Shashank, for joining us, from being on the show. And any last words that you would like to address our audience with? Like, it can be anything. It can be about AI. It can be
Yeah.
about creating
I'll
awareness.
share like sure. I'll share that. So there is a lot of fear about AI.
Yeah.
And like AI is gonna take over the world, AI will make us lose our jobs, AI this and that and this. I'm not denying any of that, to be honest. People will lose job. That is the reality of life.
Hmm.
AI
Hmm,
is
hmm,
gonna
hmm.
change the way we see things, and AI is going to change the way we do work or do a lot of things, the way we are consuming entertainment content and everything. But the thing is, people have forgotten this is nothing new in any way at all. I'll tell you some of the life changing events in humanity.
Hmm.
One was automotive. Ford basically invented mass production of cars. Before that, imagine every horse carrier, Every person who made wood carriages, every person who cleaned the street of the horse poo poo or whatever the things were, lost their jobs. Do we complain about that, that we should not have cars? That is the first one. The second one was the big defining moment was electricity. It changed
Hmm.
us in so many insane ways that it is unimaginable to live life without that. Pre-electricity, there was a huge industry for oil because everybody had oil lamps in their houses, right?
Right.
There was no motors, so manual labor was everywhere. People would
Hmm.
grind things manually, use all of that.
Hmm.
Then the third one which happened was computers, right?
Yeah.
Computers changed. Then the fourth one was internet. The fifth one was mobile, and the new one is AI.
AI.
So this is going to happen whether people like it or not. This is the reality of life. Like you can say everything about everything, right? The craziest part is we don't really know how the future is going to be. Like I said, always
Hmm.
the future is weirder than the reality is stranger than fiction. Always.
Yeah.
Right. So I will say don't fear AI. Understand it, use it the same way. Businesses who understood internet and digitalized and used computers are doing better than the one who said, no, this is never going to be a thing. As
Hmm.
simple as that. That's all I will say in the end.
Very interesting, actually. Yeah, thank you so much. Your insights were truly very inspiring, and it actually enriched the conversation. And we are very confident that our audience will, you know, walk away with very stronger understanding and awareness of AI after this conversation, right? And we definitely look forward to have you again on our show with more further collaborations and more further like conversations like these. Yeah, thank you so
Yeah, I
much.
would say, yeah, thanks a lot and for inviting me. It was great talking to you. And yeah, wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wish you the same. Bye bye.